walls were still, the road was long. Then silence snapped like a breaking song. Steel rang out and shadows bled. The price of faith was paid in red.
Alright there, your old mate Yorkie here. Welcome back to our evening show where we're playing through Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Now I'm about to head back to camp because I've got a lot of people at Death Store. We've taken on a number of little side areas here. We've got the camp moved forward to be able to cross over the West Selland River. We do have Chilly Creek up here, but we'll check in here first. We'll go rest. It's like I say, I'm at Death Store, Sealer's at Death Store. The cheetah is dead. Her horse is at Death's Door. Yeah, it's not looking good right now. Someone's on the road, get ready. Commander, we caught a suspicious lad on the road. Jay's an ally, and he's desperate to talk to you. Who knows who he really is? The young man before you is trembling from his wounds and exhaustion. His boots are in tatters, and if he had any weapon or armour, he shed them along the way. His clothes are torn and his hair is wet, like he recently swam across a river. Blood oozes from the wounds on his chest and shoulders, and his skin is cracked and inflamed from the acrid water of the Worldwound. Commander. The man breathes heavily, and the words emerged as a whisper from his dry throat. My squad, ambushed. Beyond the river, help. Let's see what's going on. Barely catching his breath, he begins again. Ye Crankel, Hell Knight of the Order of the Godclaw, under the command of a Paralictor Reginald Derenge. Our squad is under attack by demons, far surpassing our number. Without your assistance, we're lost. Hell Knight. They've supported the Crusaders more than once in our battle against demons, despite their, in the best cringers, questionable reputation. We cannot abandon our allies in trouble. If they really are our allies, then of course it's just... Anivia looks Yeker over closely from head to toe. I kind of think this isn't a Hell Knight at all. A real Hell Knight would be skinned alive for losing his infamous black armour. What we see here is a stranger without rank or insignia, who wants us to march to God knows where. Kinda smells like a trap to me. Yeker, who's attacking you, and why can't you handle them on your own? Large creatures that attack from the air. Some are fighters, others are, I'd guess, clerics with dangerous divine magic. They look like stone come to life. I'm almost certain the gargoyles. They fell upon us from the sky while we were setting up camp, and are our most vulnerable. And they caught our forces at partial strength. The Paralictor had dispatched some of our troops as scouting teams. The flying beasts didn't fight us. They just fell from the sky, grabbed our fighters and either took them off somewhere or threw them to their deaths. We were unprepared for that. Where is your squad now? Not far from here, beyond the river. It's not far for a single fighter who abandoned his armour and weapons. We can't get across the river so easily. We'll have to take a detour. Even if we can save anyone, it will seriously delay our offensive on Dresden, and will give the enemy a chance to prepare. What do my companions think? The companions look at their guests suspiciously. Hell Knights? With allies like them, we have no need for enemies. If it suited them, they'd abandon us for the demons without a second thought, but we're not like them, are we? Have to save them. Looks like a trap to me. But even if he isn't lying, Dresden is our goal. If our offensive is delayed, we won't get another chance to retake the city. But Hell Knights are heartless executioners. Saving people from the claws of demons is a good cause in itself, but these people are doing everything they can to become just like the devils. Shellen, forgive me, but I fear we should leave the Hell Knights to their fate and continue our offensive on Dresden. Do you recall Prelate Hullrun? Well, picture an entire army of soldiers just like him. Do we need allies like that? If they die, I shan't shed a tear. We should help them, but only if they join our forces in return. We could use some fresh blood. That's a good point. Hell Knights? No, not for all the gold in the world. Don't you know what kind of people they are? One minute you're just going about your business, the next you're locked in the stocks, and there's a butcher in black armour standing in front of you. I don't know who these knights are, but if there are people suffering out there, then of course we have to help. It's what we came here to do, isn't it? The crow on her shoulder croaked resolutely, supporting her words. What knights are these? I've never heard of them. But the name sounds nasty. They must be ghouls or wags or something like that. I say stay away from them if I were you. Huh? What? Ninio blinks a few times, baffled. This question has no scientific significance. What's interesting is how the water in the river, poisoned by the Worldwound, will affect this boy. With your permission, I'd like to examine him, or his corpse, in a few days' time. We'll take the risk and help them. Could do with fighters, as we were said. Thank you, Commander. Our forces are here. The knight points to the location on the map. The situation is critical. Please, send your reinforcements as soon as possible. I'll go ahead and meet you there. Commander, another thing. Our scouts have spotted a goblin tribe beyond the river, close to the place the Hell Knights mentioned. Having goblins so close to Worldwound is bad news. We should check it out. Do you think the goblins are working with whoever attacked the Hell Knights? Hopefully not. Goblin tribes are kind of dangerous enough on their own. We don't need them swelling the ranks of our enemy's armies. Why are you worried about the goblins? Well, their hordes kind of destroy everything they can get their hands on. But you already know that. What's worse is they worship Lamashtu, and often all sorts of powerful demons as well. A demon with a private goblin army could be a serious threat to the crusade. I'll see to it. Thank you. I'll mark the camp on your map. Alright, so we've got a couple of things over the river, by the sound of it. Meanwhile, let's sleep. Emma just humming sweetly to herself. Let's go sell junk. Then we'll head to Chili Creek before heading over the river. I assume the Hell Knights are good enough to be able to stand there for a while. Eagle Watch Crew said, "Hey, little one, they say you can do magic." An old silver-haired fighter sizes Ember up skeptically, apparently baffled to find such a young girl in the middle of a war. He's cradling his wounded arm, which has been hastily bandaged. "Can you heal me?"
Yes.
"Of course." Amber whispers a spell and touches the bloody bandages. "Thank you, that's so much better." The soldier rips off the blood-caked rags and strokes the healthy skin underneath them. "How old are you?" "You're only a child. I have a granddaughter at home just like you." "Oh, little girl, how did you end up here? What are you doing here in the thick of it with us?" Amber gives him a light-hearted smile. "I'm just like you. I came to the thick so the thick wouldn't come to the other kids, like your granddaughter." "Well, I'll be so little and yet more courage than some officers." The old man runs his hand over her hair, and she smiles at him again. The crow on her shoulder rubs its head on his hand like a cat. "Talking to you takes the load off my mind. I reckon it's not just my arm you healed." The soldier leaves, shaking his head pensively. Amber waves happily, then turns around and notices you. "Hi!" "Do they often come to you for help like this?" Amber shrugs. "Demons keep hurting them, I keep healing them." "But you know, it's surprising. So many soldiers come to me. They say I bring them comfort, that I give them strength. But I don't do anything like that at all. I only talk to them nicely. I'm just a feather-brained little girl." "Don't second guess yourself. You're helping all of us, our soldiers, our companions, and me." "You think so? I think I'm just wandering around saying silly things." She tapped her scarred finger on her cheek. and then breaks into a smile. All right, it must be true if you say so. And that would then be you can, believe me. I may not agree with your view on the gods or anything like that, but you do have your points here and there. Absolutely. We're not going to take that. What's that? We keep the almond notes, of course. Keep that. Looks like we're not going to be keeping that because no one uses it. Nothing else to do there. However, I've got one. Ember, you don't. You can have a +1. It's not much help, but it's there.
Our path leads on.
Out we go. So let's hit the trail. That's Morbid Ridge, and that's the down. That must be the Goblin Camp. Yeah. And then we got the Nameless Ruins here. I'm not even sure there's a Goblin Camp in it when I last tried this game. Sailor,
A bright future awaits
mount up.
us.
Actually, you know what I haven't done? And I've been foolish with? You haven't got your spells on. Challenge Evil. Veil of Positive. Actually, Veil of Positive and Veil of Energy. That's what you'll be using, but we haven't got it on until the next rest. And you can have a Protection from Evil on. You can give that to our Kineticist when needed. All good, I guess.
I will guide us.
Alright, Jenno. Jenno walks thoughtfully around the grove. He pauses in front of a few trees, lingering there for some time. He seems to be examining something carefully. At the sound of his footsteps, he turns around abruptly, but the anxious expression on his face quickly gives way to an amiable smile. Commander, it's so good to see you. It seems you found time to visit our quiet backwater after all. I could be mistaken, but it looks like you were frightened by my arrival. Oh no, you startled me, that's all. It's my overactive imagination. I still can't get used to living in such a quiet village. The town where I grew up was a good deal larger, and it was located near a trade route. So there was always a lot of new faces and plenty of people bustling around. Here, though, it's different. The moment you step outside the village, you're all alone. You can walk for miles in any direction with only the birds and animals for company. That is, of course, the way it still teaches us to live. Truth be told, it still makes me feel somewhat uncomfortable. Why were you looking at those trees? See for yourself. It points to one of the branches, and among the leaves you notice a small doll made of grass and seaweed, tied with blue ribbons. I keep finding them here in the grove. I think it's some kind of local ritual. I've asked the villagers to tell me what it means, but they won't give me an answer. I just don't understand the reason for all the secrecy. How do you like living in the village? I'm getting used to it. And the way of things. I still get the occasional sidelong glance from the locals, but that's not surprising. After all, I'm just some stranger who decided to show up without an invitation and settle down in the village. But the church warned us about this. Such caution is to be expected at first. I just have to do my best to earn their trust. I heal, I purify the water, I give blessings. Sooner or later they'll accept me as one of their own. It's so quiet here. What makes you forget what peace feels like? I understand. My time in Canapolis gave me a small taste of war. I only had to live through it for a few days, but I know the horrors I witnessed will haunt my nightmares for years to come. I cannot imagine how hard it is for those like yourself, soldiers who have given their life to this cause. The priest placed a hand on his heart. You have chosen to fight there in order to protect our peaceful and quiet life here. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. What do you think of Edistil, or what do the locals think of Edistil? They're indifferent. They're the pragmatic people, you know. They don't have time for theology. If Old Deadeye helps them survive, that's good enough for them. You know, some priests get overzealous with servants. They demand that people pray, observe all the rituals, make sacrifices. And then those priests, all holy and pious, are surprised when locals kick them out of the village, right into the nearest ditch. The priest laughs. I was taught differently. First you have to prove your worth. You have to show them why you and your deity are useful. It's only after they've begun to trust you and start asking questions about your faith that you can really share your beliefs. Then you can tell them all about Old Deadeye and his teachings. Well then, will you show me around the village? Of course, let's go. You'll get to meet the locals, see how they live. Maybe you'll even manage to get some peace and quiet, a temporary respite from the hardships of war. Don't be offended if you get some weird looks. In this remote village, people have never seen an Aasimar before. When I first told them about you, I could barely manage to convince them that you don't glow and can't fly. Straw doll clad in a small, skillfully embroidered little blue dress. Alright.
I always did what was right.
Venison's on the menu.
I became righteous.
Surrender or else.
I
swear it.
Because I am righteous. Forwards.
All red blue ribbons hang from the branches.
We march ahead.
I suppose a watercolour like blue makes sense for a river people. Hydra. Got you now. Watch out for those huge teeth. Don't let them catch you. Aim for their throat and belly. Fewer scales there. Don't be afraid, everyone. We've fought one bigger than this.
They will break against our resolve.
That'll teach you to mess with us. A man with green eyes and the broad shoulders of a swimmer and the calloused hands of a fisherman shakes his fist at the beast's motionless carcass. I can read. Something's got them all worked up. That's the second time they've crawled out this month. So let them come. A woman, her eyes are the same shade of green as the fisherman, smiles at you. It's not the first time and it won't be the last. But what's it matter? They can't hurt us, and we can use their hides to make a lot of waterproof cloaks and coats. Markel, Melissa, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This is Elyana Solshade, the commander of the crusade. She's the one I told you about. Ah, a real hero in our little backwater. It's so nice of you to drop by. We've never had anyone so important come to visit. Heroic acts are important, but sometimes it's good to leave the front lines and talk to ordinary people living ordinary lives. Anyway, welcome to Chilly Creek. Hydras are usually far more dangerous. That beast was not at its full strength. I can tell you an eye for such things. Well, of course she does. She's the commander of the crusade. She probably could have told you that with her eyes shut. Melissa smiles at you. It's all thanks to our mother, Cyril. She takes care of her children, won't let anyone hurt them. She fills our nets with fish and drives away the monsters. That's right. And if she doesn't drive the beasts away, she'll weaken them, so we can kill them and harvest their hides. Cyril, who's that? She's right here. Mackle nods towards the river. Did you think this was a Selon? Nah, it'd take you half day's rowing before you reach that river. It's big, to be sure, and very important. The Selon flows through at least a dozen countries. But where would the Great Selon be if it wasn't fed by 1,000 little streams and creeks, such as our dear little icy rill? The people of Chili Creek hold the river in great reverence. The priest's observation is matter of fact, but you notice his voice sounds a bit strained. How can we not? Our whole lives are built around the river. From the wedding wreath we send down its stream to the funeral boat that floats away on the waters when the time comes. Our mother, Icy Rill, feeds us, gives us water, protects us. With a kind smile, Markle casts a sidelong glance at the frowning priest. The gods are far away, but our Icy Rill is right here, so we treat her with respect. The two of you look very much alike. I assume you're related? Right you are. Michael ruffles Melissa's hair. She laughs and tweaks his nose. She's my little sister. Takes after our granny. May her memory never fade. She was always restless. Couldn't sit still. Melissa is just the same. She's always up to something. And you took after our grandpa. May the river silt be his featherbed. You're as brave as he was, and just as stubborn. You two look very confident when you were giving orders to the villagers during the fight. Are you in charge here? Well, how should I put this? Our village is too small for anyone to be in charge. We just happen to know a thing or two about using a weapon. So if some nasty creature comes crawling out of the river, we give the orders. But when it comes to fishing or fixing nets, we'll be the ones following orders. We're not an army, and there's no officers here. We all live together, solve our problems together, and serve the Icy Rill together. Although truth be told, it's only been in the last few years that people have really started listening to us. Before that, villagers kept to themselves, and no one wanted to go poking their nose into anyone else's business. When we first came up with the idea to start trading on the river, the other villagers stubbornly dug in their heels. But after money and goods began to flow into the village, they changed their minds. Yes, the village has been growing. We're getting to see all sorts of things we had only ever heard about before. The year before last we had a fair, and people came all the way from Canavres to attend. Then a priest came, and we'd never seen one of those before in these parts. And now, who'd have thought, the commander of the crusade has decided to pay us a visit. And not just a commander, but a child of heaven's blood. Around these parts, we only hear about folk born with the blessing of the upper plains in fairy tales. Even if elsewhere in Mendef, there are a lot of you, as people say. What are those grass dolls hanging from the trees in the grove? A shadow passes over Markle's face and he looks away. There's nothing much to tell, really, and all local custom. It's just a ritual, Melissa adds in a low voice. No one seems willing to share any further detail with you. How is life in the village now that you've got a priest? Not much has changed, Markle shrugs, and smiles amiably. He's a good lad. He does some healing, never bothers us with sermons. Why, he's even learning to fish in his spare time. He also knows a lot of songs, and when he sings it makes you want to sit and listen. Melissa smiles archly at the priest, and he blushes. The Worldwound is not that far away. Have you been attacked by demons? Nope, never seen any. Our mother, Icy Rill, keeps us safe. She won't let such abominations get near us. Well, I hope you're right. I have to go. Back to the front. Melissa shakes her head sadly. Can't even imagine the nightmarish creatures you have to fight there. Have a safe journey and a swift victory. Right. Oh. They seem good people. They won't mind us taking stuff.
No challenge at all.
What's these oppressors' gloves? These gloves grant their wearer +2 bonus on persuasion skill checks made to intimidate. In addition, whenever the wearer of these gloves confirms a critical hit, the enemy suffers -2 penalty on saving throws. Okay. Oh, we're up to level 7 now. We'll take them. Yes, I need selective channel. Bloodline feet. No point in taking weapon finesse. I'll take dodge. And I have a level 2, level 1, level 2, and level 3. Take Hurricane Bow. Level 2. Protection from alignment. Communal. We'll take that. Although actually that's going to be Darren's, isn't it? No. I can take Burning Arc. Might be a good thing to have. Level 3. Fireballs can be useful. Kineticist level 7. Raise trickery and stealth. Weapon focus kinetic blast. And the new one, you've got Earth so far, don't you? Yeah. The new one is going to add fire. Sealer, almost missed you. Paladin 7. Pretty sure we've got Boon Companion then. So let's see about adding some group feats. Oh, mounted combat? Yeah, we'll take that. Could give medium barding, but I don't think so. Gonna see about group feats. Outflank. Ember, level 7, Witch. She's not using armor, so that's not relevant. Sailor could have used the potions, but it's okay if she didn't have it. Spell penetration, definitely. Alright. Ill Omen. Oh. Not sure how many of these I'm interested in, to be honest. Enlarged person could be good. Is there anyone I really want to enlarge, though? You've got your healing. You've got your summons. When I get some winter grasp, why not? Then healing here is done. That'll be daring, etc., won't it? Remove curse could be useful. But I haven't really needed it. You know what? We'll get Dispel Magic. Shift to level 7. Let's go for some group things. Outflank. Cleric 7. Boon Companion. Intelligence up. And then we're talking about group ones. Precise strike. And outflank. There we are.
Our path leads on.
There's the yard again. Our need is greater than yours, friends.
I will guide us. Without a doubt.
And we got this. I see Merkel and his sisters there again. So we'll go up there to talk to them before we leave the village.
Easy.
Look, the commander here. Welcome back. Please stay as long as you like. How are things going in the village? Not much happening in the village. I'm sure I have a lot going on. And stuff is always happening in the cities and on the front lines. Things are pretty quiet here. But let's see what the latest news from our little village. Well, we went fishing and caught some rough. And they were big too. Nice and plump. Fat as piglets, I tell you. What else? Weevils. We have eaten through our carrots. They've gobbled up everything down to the last stalk. Then the other day old Breg, went up to fix the roof and took a hard fall. If it hadn't been for Jono, his prayers, he'd have kicked the bucket by now. No doubt about that. You must think it's ridiculous to call any of this news. It's news to you folks. Also, Jono is just downright wonderful. I don't know, maybe his prayers are working. Or maybe he just has a lucky touch. But whenever he blesses me, I always catch a boatload of fish, also. He sings like an... Enough already, Michael frowns. Jono this, Jono that. It's all I ever hear about from you. I think she might have a bit of a crush. Do you worship any deities here? Faith, religion, deities? With all due respect to Jono, no one out here has time for such things. Maybe people in the city can go around saying prayers and listening to sermons. But in a backwater place like this, we're just doing what we can to survive. There's only one provider for us, and protector for us. Our mother, Cyril. Michael nods towards the river. Yeah, the river doesn't care about prayers or sacrifices. And if the Icyril wants something in exchange for her help, she just takes it without asking. Melissa states pensively. As if... Melissa states... No, I can't read right. Melissa stares pensively at a piece of driftwood, and it's carried away by the current. I know they're related. I've asked that already. I've asked that. Asked that. Asked that. When Crusades are near the Worldwound, they often experience nightmares when they sleep. Do you have any trouble with nightmares here? Don't know what you're talking about. If I'm honest, I sleep like a dead man. Nothing to complain about. That's suspicious. I'll go. Don't forget you're always welcome.
Forward.
This place seems unnaturally good. Something's wrong.
Begone,
More
fiend!
venison.
We march ahead.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
Fall!
You should be mounted, Sealer.
Rely on me.
Our path leads on.
They will break against our resolve.
There we are. That little bag.
I will guide us.
big bag there too. We'll get to that in a minute.
Your time.
More
is
of anything?
Without a doubt.
Almost missed that bag.
Forwards. Defeat is not an option.
I'll just sit here.
I can still fight.
Worry about it.
Friends.
You offend me.
Got him. Probably shouldn't have autoed that one.
We march ahead.
But we made it through. And with that we can leave. Let's have a look at these. Take them across the river. Actually, we can buy more. Or hire more, I should say, I suppose. So let's get them down where we need them. There we go. Right. Alright. We will rest at the camp, actually. Let's move past those enemies. Sell the junk we picked up and rest at the camp. How much experience is it up to the level 8 anyway? 16,000 almost. Long way to go yet. I think we're okay with all of that. What's that? Don't need it. Go sleep. Get rid of the death door and so on. Heal up. Get the spells back.
Leads on.
Gain some levels. So let's look at spell books for you. Protection from energy is good. Magic weapon, maybe. Don't think I want him doing summons. That's really her job. Ember's job. Or one of them. Death one? No, we'll give it magic. There you go. I think another bless. Actually, maybe a bane. That'll work. And then sealer. We got one level 2. We'll take that. Rest up and head out.
A rest would be welcome.
Guess you can. Well, they can
You'd
rest.
like Soku. Caravans, traders from all over Galarian. The city's always noisy with people speaking in a dozen different languages.
And you traded it all for some armor and the Worldwound? You paladin types are an odd bunch, and no mistake.
Yeah, I suppose that is one way of looking at it. Now, out we go. I'll be switching to Darren, my boy, my troll boy, once I can get him to have a pet. Clear out this fort. Lay on hands others for the ghouls. And then we've got just the archers left, which are done. Skeleton archers, skeleton crossbowmen, whatever they were. Didn't realise it was skeletons. I could have hit them with the heal wound. Brimarax. Oh, hang on, we've got cultists at the back, that's fine. That's okay. We can just let it go now. Down. Down. And down. After the battle, one of the soldiers noticed a half-effaced inscription on a nearby stone. What remained of the engraving led the Crusaders to a secluded cave, where they found a stash of miscellaneous relics that some selflessly devoted clerics had managed to rescue from the fallen Dresden. And they also discovered flasks of sanctified oil and boxes of reagents for rituals and sacred masses. It would appear the brave priests hid their sacred artifacts in one final attempt to save them from some demonic threat. There's no point in trying to take the 7 on, because we don't have it. We are not nearly strong enough yet. Right. Everything done over this side. We have the... Oh, I need to take Who Is It with me for that, don't I? Well, we might be able to go through it first. Little fight here.
I won't let you hurt my friends. Stand down.
I saw down.
Attack!
I will bring down the divine wrath.
Away, you rascal!
We shall overcome.
Amber.
Am I doing it wrong?
Sealer's down good.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Arrow.
Your time is over.
And that's that.
I will guide us.
And there's the exit. Someone on the road. Who's this?
Without a doubt.
I will fight.
There we go. What's this? Come to my camp if you want to talk. I have much to share with you, a friend. Drawn on the back of the note is a map with the crossed lines marking a spot. Alright.
Forwards.
Well, we could all use a friend. Okay. I think I'm going to end there for today, make it a short one. We'll be back tomorrow when we take on Nameless Ruins and Reliable Redout. I'll see you then.
Thanks for watching, for being around, for every message, reaction, all the joy we found. To the quiet, the loud, the sharp and the sly, you're the reason I'm leaving with my spirits high. So hit like, leave a word or tap that sub. If you laugh, cry to mock my stuff. Every click helps the channel grow, it lets me keep on with the show.